This track is Epiphanies by JJM.
Yeah. To find God you must see there's no need for searching. The greatest grace lays in the place that you've been hurting. Pain makes the person die to the past days. They're fake, laced with immersion, mental diversions. I found some faith in my fate, cause nothing real can be lost. What good is chasing the cake, winning a piece is the cost. I leave the greed to the bosses, cold solace in offices. It's ironic how our days are the place where we chase dreams, embrace pain. Heartbreak's what makes great queens and kings. Can't fill a hole in your heart with fast cars and rings. And so I turn to Eckhart when there's a toll on me. Not got my goal on P, cause I'd rather a great time than a gold rollie. I got this pain in my mind, I'm letting go slowly. My ego changing with time, I ain't the same old me. Hurt people go on to hurt people. Yeah, the sticks and the stones made my rhyme so lethal. If you stick to the past, then it will get recalled. Only now's gonna last. Mental time so evil. And I've got love for my people, it's true. The real ones seen the demons in you. We all got scars on our heart from all the pain we've been through. But we're not defined by our past, but by the things that we do. So take a second, breathe in and appreciate that you're alive. You only get one life, so you better live it right. Fill it with good nights and happy days. And always love yourself, you don't need another's praise. Don't stress about yesterday, and now is the power. Always chase your dreams, you don't know how tall you could tower. These are epiphanies that came to me. No matter what happens, presence is the same in me.
That track was Epiphanies by JJM, who is in the studio with us right now. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming by today. How are you doing? How's things?
I'm really good. I was a little bit nervous coming here because this is my first ever interview, but I've, brought some presence and some peace into it, and so now I'm feeling wonderful.
Yeah, you've got a really nice energy into the studio, so don't you worry about that. That track, Epiphanies, can you tell us a bit about that tune?
Absolutely. So that was actually one of the first songs I ever wrote, and the reason I called it Epiphanies, this was shortly after I started getting into spirituality. So the reason I called it Epiphanies was because when I was writing it, I didn't really think about any of it. It kind of just came to me. It sounds like a bit dramatic, but that's how it was. It came to me like almost from like a higher place, so to speak.
Okay.
So I called it Epiphanies because it was like an epiphany. And I first wrote that song about 2 years ago. One of the first songs I ever wrote.
Okay.
And then unfortunately the beat that I used, somebody purchased the exclusive rights to use the instrumental, so I couldn't release it on any streaming platforms.
Oh, no.
So it was just like a underground fan favorite for those who really, really knew me. But then fortunately, like 4 months ago, I was just happened to be looking through YouTube, and I just decided to search up the beat, and I saw that the beat had become available again. So I bought the license, and now it's on all streaming platforms.
Yes, nice one. Well done for rechecking.
Yeah,
that's a great
very lucky.
tune. It's nice to be able to play that on the radio.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, so you mentioned about your spirituality. You were actually introduced at our AudioActive event in Sompton the other day as your favourite Buddhist rapper by Marshall, which
High praise.
I really enjoyed, actually. But yeah, can you talk a little bit about how your spirituality has sort of informed the way that you write?
Absolutely.
Or, you know, your bars in some way?
Yeah, absolutely. So I first got into spirituality. I think Laurie mentioned something similar in her interview, but I was a very naughty child. I was probably much more naughty than she was, in fairness to her. But I was a very naughty child. I used to like bite people and stuff. It wasn't ideal. As I mentioned, ADHD. So
sure. Yeah, you're diagnosed ADHD, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So you know, to kind of chill me out a bit. I was fortunate enough to have the privilege to go to a Buddhist primary school, which is actually the only Buddhist primary school in the whole country, which is called the Dharma School, which is here in Brighton.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's sadly no longer a thing because it didn't have enough funding, but that's beside the point. So that kind of planted the seed for spirituality for me, was going to this Buddhist primary school.
Yeah.
And my mum was always kind of like in touch with Buddhism and spirituality. And then when I was 16, my dad passed away. And that was really the push that I needed to, you know, they say like in your lowest times you kind of have to do something. And that for me was, you know, I was like, I'm really not happy, I need to figure something out. And so I guess I kind of went back into spirituality, and the seed that was in me kind of blossomed. And I listened to The Power of Now, which was a life-changing experience.
We've chatted a bit about that.
We have.
Brilliant.
So that basically was how I became a Buddhist, became involved with spirituality. And then from there, once I realized how powerful it was and how much it could change my life, I decided that it would be selfish of me not to share what I knew. And so I kind of used my rap and my music as a platform to, you know, share Buddhist teachings, spiritual teachings, in the hopes that one day someone will hear it and say, oh, maybe I should check out The Power of Now, or you know, that sounds like an interesting perspective.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how it influences my music.
And it feels like, it seems like it's really well received, and the people around you love your tunes. I mean, I've heard lots of high praise actually about how you write. So it's a really lovely thing, you know, that you are doing that.
I'm glad that it can have the positive impact.
What did you take from The Power of Now? What was the
Oh my God, what didn't I take from The Power of Now? It changed my whole life.
Amazing.
I remember one night I used to smoke weed quite a lot, and I got way too high, and I was lying in bed and I was depressed as hell, and I just decided just to put on The Power of Now, and I went so like, I must have listened to the audiobook for like 6 hours, and I just went so deeply into myself, into my inner being, and I just suddenly had this moment of like clarity. It was like, wow. And ever since that day, I've kind of always known that beneath all my emotions, like whether I'm feeling nervous as I was today, or whether I'm feeling angry, I can always go beneath that and, you know, tap into presence and peace, and that basically enables me just to, you know, be appreciative that I'm here. So to answer your question, it's influenced me forever.
Massively,
in every moment.
Just completely changed you.
It completely changed me. Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing. Who writes The Power of Now?
Eckhart Tolle.
Eckhart Tolle.
That's why in that song Epiphanies, one of my bars is that's why I turn to Eckhart when there's a toll on me. A little bit. That's actually Marshall's one of Marshall's favourite bars.
It's brilliant. I love that. So obviously you're here in connection with AudioActive.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit about what your involvement is, or how you found AudioActive, and sort of how it's been part of your journey in some way? Absolutely.
So I first found AudioActive because of my wonderful sister. She knew that I'd been doing music for about a year, and she knew that I used to go to Pirate Studios in Brighton to record my music. But you know, it's a little bit expensive. It's about £15 an hour. So one day she saw a flyer for AudioActive, which was advertising free recording sessions, and she thought, you know, Joe could benefit from this. So she came in and gave me the flyer, and from there I went to Beats and Bars in the old
Bottega room.
Yes, the Bottega rooms in Brighton.
Cool.
And that was it, really. I mean, it's like the rest is history, so to speak. I just kept going, and I met so many amazing people that, you know, AudioActive has really impacted me to a point where I can't even describe it. Like, it's the opportunities I've gained, the wisdom I've got, the people I've met. So it's just I cannot overstate the impact that AudioActive has had on my life.
That's so nice. That's really special. Yeah, I guess it does feel like quite an important community. Who would you say, for people that are listening that haven't heard of AudioActive, who would you say the sort of weekly sessions are for necessarily?
I would say that the weekly sessions are for everyone, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because everyone can benefit from the community. Everyone can benefit from the space to just be creative and just enjoy. I would say on top of that, AudioActive is for every musician, because the resources they provide and the wisdom that they can offer you is invaluable. AudioActive is for anyone who just wants some sort of just something to do, really, like something to look forward to, something to be excited for. I would say it's for everyone. I love that. I feel the same. It's nice to see people that maybe there's a lot of teenagers that go that maybe at school, I've sort of spoken to some people that have said at school they haven't really quite found their people, and you kind of feel like you can identify with the group at AudioActive if you're really into music and you just don't know how to like use that outlet and around people that or that you go to school with. So that's nice to hear. Should we play another one of your tracks? Can we? Absolutely.
So we're going to play a tune by JJM called Time for Love.
Yeah.
Do you want to say a little bit about this track?
I'd love to. So this is a love song. I don't normally do love songs because it takes a special kind of vulnerability. But this is a love song that I made. I produced it, I mixed and mastered it. Obviously I wrote it, all the usual. This is actually one of my favourite songs I've ever made. And it is, it's called Time for Love.
It's called Time for Love, and it's a beautiful vibe on this lovely summer afternoon. So let's do it. Let's play it. Thanks. We'll speak in a bit.
My time for love is here. No more being alone. Time for love again. My time for love is here. Bye.
I was alone for many months, but now it's time for love. I finally found a girl who treats me well and fits me like a glove. And when we hug, it hits me like a drug. She never treats me like a mug or shrugs when I tell her about all of the pain I lug. But I was low when we met. She built me up and helped revive my sense of self-respect. And in effect, she helped me reconnect with who I was before the heartbreak and mental war that tore my soul to pieces, left me shaken to my very core. See, when we met, I was a broken man. My trust had been destroyed. I came to her with open hands, hoping to hatch a plan where I could learn to love again. You see, my ex-girl cheated and I was snaked by all my friends. I was depressed, no contest, I was feeling like a mess. Then I found a girl who lifts me up and helps me be my best. Now I'm feeling blessed, no longer stressed. The love is back inside my chest, and every day I'm grateful that I found the one above the rest.
My time for love is here.
My time for love is here, and I don't have an ounce of fear, ayy.
No more being alone.
I found my home, my heart and soul, and I can't let you go, no.
Time for love again.
It's time for love.
My time for love.
I said it's time for love. The sweetest feeling fills my heart whenever I see her face. It's safe to say the space between our arms, my favourite place to stay. We may debate, but that's okay, cause by the end of the day we're great. And even when we argue, there is never a time or place for hate. It's only smiles when she's about. I'd walk 1,000 miles or climb the tallest mountain to stop my girl from feeling down, cause when she frowns it's a waste of beauty. Her mind is a book and her body a movie, one of a million, she really is truly. Yeah, I'd like to take a second to remind you of the second verse. Remember how I said my heart was full of hurt? It's absurd how I'm feeling so blessed now. My baby took the pieces of my trust and helped me build from the ground. Yeah, so just remember my story. Everybody knows pain, so don't forget it like Dory. Just know that love is what you make it, because your heart can always heal, no matter how bad you break it.
My time for love is here.
My time for love is here, and I don't have an ounce of fear, ayy.
No more being alone.
I found my home, my heart and soul, and I can't let you go, no.
Time for love again.
It's time for love.
My time for love.
I said it's time for love. I 1,000 stars are in your eyes, the sweetest wisdom in your mind. I take a second, breathe it in and let the blissful feeling rise. I can't disguise the aura I feel, your aura sacred, raw and real. I take a second, look at you and let my spirit take its fill. It's quite surreal the way you make me reconsider what is love. It's more than just a feeling, it's a thing that stops us giving up. Can't get enough, I'm hooked on you. Happiness looks good on you. You took my lips, gave me a kiss, I had to stop and take a few. I was lovesick, feeling dizzy, lost within the love you give me, drunk of all your energy. You had me slurring, talking silly, every minute worth a milli. Pay my dues to share your time, your presence ain't a penalty. Ironic how you're so damn fine, you're in my mind all day and night. And so I wrote this song for you, to express all my gratitude and describe how I long for you. Cause life is sweet when you're around. I put my love into my sound, and every day I thank my lucky stars, you're the one that I found.
My time for love is here.
My time for love is here, and I don't have an ounce to fear, ayy.
No more being alone.
I found my home, my heart and soul, and I can't let you go, no.
Time for love again.
It's time for love.
My time for love.
I said it's time for love. Yeah, yeah, ayy, ayy. One more time, yo.
My time for love is here.
My time for love is here, and I don't have an ounce to fear, ayy.
No more being alone.
I found my home, my heart and soul, and I can't let you go, no.
Time for love again.
It's time for love.
My time for love.
I said it's time for love.
Now you're listening to AudioActive Future Sound, a monthly radio show that features young emerging artists that work closely with AudioActive.
Welcome back to the show. This is AudioActive Future Sound, and that beautiful summery tune was Time for Love by JJM, who's here with us now. Thanks for chatting with us, JJM.
It is my absolute pleasure to be here.
It has been, it's really nice to have you in the studio. You are releasing music all the time.
Yes, sir.
You love it, mate.
Yes, sir.
So regular. Can you sort of tell us about that? I guess it's like a really good habit to get into, but it's amazing that you can finish your tracks and you're happy with them and you put them out and you're sort of in that regular habit. So how and why?
So the reason I do it is because I find it enables me to constantly have this cycle of work and reward. So I work on the song, I make the beat, I write the lyrics, I record it, I mix, I master it.
Yep.
And then when I immediately put it out, it means that I can very quickly get feedback on that. I can get people saying, oh, I like this song, or this is what I'd change. Whereas if I was to make a song, do all the work, and then not put it out, I'm not rewarded for the work externally.
Okay.
Obviously, making music itself is the privilege, but, when you're able to put it out to people and they respond positively to it, it's very motivating. So the reason I release regularly is to enable that to be a constant cycle where I make a song, I put it out, I get the external reward of people resonating with it, and then it motivates me to do it again.
And then you sort of develop with the next tune.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also because in my experience, if I make a beat, for example, I may think it's the best thing in the world immediately after making it. But if I then go away and come back 2 weeks later, I won't be so excited about it.
Okay.
So similarly, when I kind of try and do a song the whole way through, because that way I've always got that momentum. Like I'll make a beat and I'll be like, this is amazing, I really feel inspired to write, and then I'll write a verse and I'll be like, this is amazing, I really feel inspired to record it, and then I'll record it and I'll be like, this song's amazing, I really want to mix and master it.
Before you get that to that point where you just withdraw from it completely,
precisely,
and then it just gets lost.
Absolutely, because if I give it if I spend too much time away from it, I lose the passion that motivates me to finish it and put it out. And there's no point in me having 200 songs on my hard drive that nobody ever gets to hear.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
why.
It makes total sense, but it is impressive still. And you produce, you mix and master all of your tunes yourself, right?
I do. Yes, I pride myself on self-sufficiency. I just think it's easier and much cheaper. I mean,
what, cheaper to do it yourself? Yeah.
Way cheaper to do it yourself, because obviously when I started, you know, I didn't have access to, you know, financial resources. So if I wanted to make music, I either had to, you know, I had to figure out a way, and for me that was learning how to do it myself.
Yeah.
So it's been about 2 years since I started doing everything myself.
Yeah.
And for those 2 years, admittedly, it's been terrible in comparison to everyone else's, because while I'm doing it myself, they're paying someone who knows what they're doing. But fortunately, we've gotten to the point now after these 2 years where I'm pretty much on a level playing field, and I don't have to pay anyone else to do it.
Yeah. What do you use?
I use Logic Pro and a home studio, which cost me like maximum £300.
Yeah. Okay.
So for the price of 60 hours at Pirate Studios, I'd never have to pay another £1 because I've got it at my own house.
Yeah, I love that. But you do collaborate with people in different ways. So you collaborated with JJM, who featured on our last show, on our second AudioActive Future Sound. How was that? How did you do that?
Funny you mentioned that, because in this instance I actually did buy the beat. I didn't make it myself, but I heard the beat and I thought, you know, it really inspired me. So I was like, I want to write to this. So I wrote a little verse, and then I knew my limits. So I'd written this verse and I was like, this is really good, but I didn't feel that inspiration. Maybe I'd left it too long. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't feel the inspiration to finish the song. So I thought, instead of putting a subpar verse at the end, I'd much rather...
I'll outsource.
Exactly, I'll outsource it to a legend like Jabo. So yeah, I recorded it, and then I sent him over the demo. And then 3 months later, thanks Jabo.
Yeah, I heard that he was a bit slow on that.
It was a little bit slow, but greatness takes time, and it was absolutely worth it.
Yeah,
because
it sounds
his
nice.
verse is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, so then he sent it back, and that's that pretty much.
Yeah, it's a nice track. Love it.
Thank you very much.
We are actually going to get a live performance from you this evening, which is really exciting. So you're gonna do a bit of rapping for us, right?
I am. I'm going to do a bit of rapping.
Amazing. We've only got a few minutes left of the show, so we better get on with that.
Sure thing.
Yeah, tell us about the track that you're gonna do.
So the song I'm going to perform is called Really, and again, one of the first songs I ever wrote, first song I ever released, and it is dedicated to my dad who passed away. And it's basically, yeah, I don't know, it's just my introduction into the rap scene. It's this is what I want to say. This is who I am.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming by today. It's been really nice chatting to you.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been fun. So enjoy it. And hopefully we'll see you again.
Hopefully.
Come back through to AudioActive Future Sound. If you're just tuning in, this is JJM. He is going to do a bit of rapping for us. He's going to perform his track Really. And then, yeah, we're going to leave you to it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Let's do it, shall we? Are we ready
amazing.
to go?
Can you turn it down a little bit on the headphones? Down a bit more? Yeah, perfect, thank you. Yo. Yeah. Don't press skip on my name, don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap, Hennessy sip through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame, I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain, so deep in the pit of my brain. Now I really don't lack, might take a trip to the grave. I'm really missing you, Dave, man, I really don't cap. Don't press skip on my name, don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap, Hennessy sip through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame, I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain, deep in the pit of my brain. Now I really don't lack, might take a trip to the grave. I'm really missing you, Dave, man, I really don't cap. I'm really missing you, dad, so I'm putting the fam on my back. Yeah, I'm really on that. You always kept it 100, so I'ma keep running the numbers and paying it back. You would be working it, busy on earning it, so I ain't selling the crack. I'm grateful for that. Dealing out bars and raps, not dealing out bars and packs. Working the money machine on my people, inspire the dream. Hope to be getting to sleep, hope to be getting to cop with the stock and be getting the drop on the people that creep. Pray for the weak, bow to the meek. They will inherit the earth that we weep. They will inherit the millies like me, and they hold of the hands that we seek. Soon they'll be holding the cards. Look where we are, look how the pain took us far. Look how we run for the money, make love to the honeys, and now there lies gunners and cars. All of the pain from the past can be scarred. I never wish bad on a kid. Hide from the rich cause they pay with their soul. As a brother done game after came from a ditch. I'm tired of it, still some two-faced.
They love switch sides like a flip-flap. Their tactics twisted, still lay low, stay cool on the fool like tic-tac. V to the IP step, no wristband, doing it different, I'm flipping the script. Pack these lines with rhymes and syllables, hope my people are feeling this hit. Don't press skip on my name, don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap, Hennessy sip through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame, I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain, so deep in the pit of my brain. I really don't lack, might take a trip to the grave. I'm really missing you, Dave, man, I really don't cap. Don't press skip on my name, don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap, Hennessy sip through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame, I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain, deep in the pit of my brain. I really don't lack, might take a trip to the grave. I'm really missing you, Dave, man, I really don't cap. I'ma lay low cause I long longevity. Give it some time and I'll grow like evergreen. Yeah, I might change but a snake I'll never be. Run for the dreams of the demons selling me. Won't be happy for long if you cop that. Drop that negative energy, crop that out. Sneaky befriending me but not now. I saw all the jealousy, he got loud. Ducking the rows too rowdy. I ain't got hours, I'm Audi. Spitting the bars so proudly. Mashallah brother, that's Saudi. Arabic up on the ting. Hoping that everyone win. I know that the greed is a sin. If you're chasing the beef, cause the ship that you're sink is the ship that you're in. More lovers, more haters. More brothers, more fakers. More money, more problems, more life, more love. Look at the stars, my greatness written in stone. Bringing the heat like I'm whipping the stove when I'm ripping the beat. All of my people know I've been trying to spread the word of the Lord every day of the week. Rise to my feet in the face of defeat. All the haters are mad that I cannot be beat. I tell my girl that we can't be together. She's crying, that's something I hated to see. 20-1 with the odds against me. I'm glad cause now I got a reason to dream. Grateful for all of the pain that I've seen. I know that the heartbreak is more than it seems. Really a lesson, I'm counting my blessings. I better not rest, I'm the best of the scene. Working the vest till I'm passing the test. Not whipping no vespers or shot in no green. I got your back if you're part of my team. I'll never be capping cause that isn't me. Could never be me. I'm not talking about money or weed when I say that I die for the G's. Don't press skip on my name. Don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap. Hennessy sit through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame. I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain. Deep in the pit of my brain. I really don't lack. Might take a trip to the grave. I'm really missing you, Dave. Man, I really don't cap. Don't press skip on my name. Don't dare whip in my lane. I'm really on rap. Hennessy sip through the pain. Don't care for the drip of the fame. I'm really on track. Back then I would sit in the rain. Deep in the pit of my brain. I really don't lack. Might take a trip to the grave. Cause I'm really missing you, Dave. Man, I really don't cap. Yeah, man.
Yes! Thank you so much, JJM. That was wicked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. If you are just tuning in, this has been AudioActive Future Sound Radio. We're back on the last Friday of the month next month. So, yeah, stay tuned till then. Sorry, I'm getting distracted already. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to leave you with a little bit about us. Cheers, take care, bye.
AudioActive sort of like opened me up to all the sort of opportunities and resources I need to start getting my music out. Before I started going to AudioActive, I had never released any music or produced anything, and that was what allowed me to be able to do those things.
So when I come into AudioActive, I literally see AudioActive as a mission that brings out the best in people.
AudioActive is like my second home. It's honestly, I've really built my confidence up through AudioActive.
Age range is so wide, from like 12 to 25 we cover, that it really is like a community for young people and young musicians to come, network, learn, grow and experience things together. That is really powerful, I think.
AudioActive, a charity providing free music sessions across Sussex for young people who want to write, record, explore, produce and perform music in any genre.